Let's work on 3 autumn custom planner spreads. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working on 3 custom planner spreads. We have a fall theme for Rachel in the Venti Vertical, a fall monthly for Becky, and then a gratitude theme for Cheryl. She wanted some non-traditional looks, and so I had to pull out some pipsticks for her spread, and I cannot wait to give these a try. So I'm going to put you all on fast forward. I will link everything that I use down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. First up, we have the Venti size vertical spread for Rachel, and she asked for a fall theme, and I was absolutely enamored with these beautiful fall sweaters from Plannything. This is from the Autumn Days sticker book, and I knew I wanted the fall sweaters to kind of be front and center on this spread, but I also knew that they probably wouldn't carry the spread on their own. They were going to need some other things with them, especially because this is the Venti size, which is the big size planner spread, and the Plannything stickers tend to be medium to small. So I decided, well, let's combine the sweaters with some beautiful fall florals and some scrapbook paper. And this is some scrapbook paper that I had in my stash. It is like this wonky brown stripe that I just was really drawn to. And I thought it was an interesting kind of juxtaposition with the softness of the beautiful fall florals and the sweaters and then the hard lines of the stripe. I just thought it was kind of a cool look. And so I tore the scrapbook paper to have it create just a cool look along the bottom of the spread. And then I thought, let's do the stickers kind of coming from underneath the scrapbook paper as if they were just overflowing down in that section of the spread. I am alternating where the florals are and where the sweaters are just to make sure they're pretty evenly distributed. And when you're decorating a spread, I think you have a couple different options. You can create one big focal point area, one big, I don't know, like hit you between the eyes moment, or you can put together some clusters, some different vignettes, if you will, of where all of the different designs were going to be. And I opted to really focus on the focal point down here at the bottom to have this be almost completely all decorative. And then there will, of course, be decorative stickers in other parts of the spread, but this is meant to be the main draw. I pulled out some washi tape. I forget where this washi tape is from. I want to say it's from the washi tape shop, but I don't know that it is. It might be from Stationery Pal, actually. But I love, love, love this lace look, and the brown is perfect in the spread, and it kind of gives a little bit of the sense of like an anchor because the lines there ended, I don't know. I like how it frames in the spread. So I cut it off, put it at the top and the bottom to kind of complete the decorative elements that you see. Now I need to start figuring out the functional elements. So again, the Plannything sticker book's definitely designed for a smaller size planner, but I still think the boxes can work, especially if you're going to layer them and cluster them, which is what I'm intending to do. So we're going to add a sidebar over here. I went through now a third set of fall stickers. So we have the sweaters, we have the individual fall foliage, and then we have these beautiful clusters of fall foliage that work really well to layer behind the boxes. And because there is so much room and these boxes are smaller than the boxes on the page, I think it is really nice to have the bits and pieces kind of sneaking or peeking out. All right, I started with the biggest boxes and now I'm adding a few more functional boxes throughout the spread. Every time I put down a functional box, I am making sure to layer it first with a sweater, and then we're going to come back with the fall leaves or fall florals, kind of alternating those. So dispersing the functional boxes throughout, I'm also going to include some journaling lines or to-do lines. It could be a task list. It could be some whatever Rachel ends up wanting it to be. But I love, love, love the look of this spread. It feels so soft, and I just love fall spreads. I feel like autumn is my season. I love autumn spreads. I think they are so cozy and lovely, and the pieces layer together so nicely because autumn is the season of layering. It's just absolutely perfect. So I'm just working on each and every cluster to make sure it has all of the elements necessary. So let me just break up some of the lines right here. I will be leaving this undated, by the way, just so that Rachel can add the dates as needed. Once I'm good with the decorative elements, I do end up adding some quotes because I love, love, love quotes. Autumn leaves and pumpkins, please. Absolutely perfect. And then a quote about gratitude over here, which you will actually see come into play in another spread later on. Last thing I need to do is go ahead and add the journaling lines. I'm using a stencil from the Happy Planner to add those in with a brown Arteza marker so that it kind of mimics the lines down below. And that's going to be it for Rachel's spread using Autumn Days from Planything. Let me know what you think of it down below. I think it is beautiful and cozy and warm and perfect for the month of November. Rachel, I hope that you end up loving, loving, loving this spread. All right, next up is going to be a monthly layout for Becky, and I also am grabbing for yet another Planything sticker book. This time, this one is Fall Vibes, I believe, and I loved these pattern pumpkins because Becky asked for pumpkins in her spread, so I thought let's give her the most beautiful pumpkins I possibly can find, and these Planything ones definitely fit the bill. I started with having them down the middle of the spread. I had a plan to use washi tape that is lace like you see right there, but I should have looked at the washi tape in advance. I didn't realize I would need two sides because it's not a symmetrical looking lace. It definitely has one edge that is flat, and so I needed two strips of the washi down the middle of the page, and then the pumpkins you can see through the lace and then they're kind of tumbling out of it, which I love. It's a nice contrast between like this olive green and then the light oranges in the pumpkins and the beautiful soft patterns. It just feels very formal, which I absolutely think is lovely. All right, I need to cut out all the holes where all that washi was. Yes, the washi has a shine to it, which is catching with the filming lights that I use, but I think it still works really, really nicely. All right, so as far as functional boxes, I decided to go neutral, and I'm just going to add a few here and there. Every time I put down a functional box, I again am going to include a pumpkin. And I say this all of the time, you just don't want orphan stickers on your planner spread. There are very few times that I have a sticker that's standing alone by itself. I like to create that layered look. I like to couple things together because I just think it makes it look like a more integrated spread. All right, I'm going to go ahead and date this as well because I need to make sure I get certain boxes in certain days because Becky did have boxes that she needed for this month. So once I get the dates on, then I'm going to go ahead and figure out where all of those boxes are going to be. Lucky for me, they're actually pretty well distributed. I just needed to add that diagonal for the 30th over there. The boxes are pretty well distributed across the page, like pretty evenly. One here, back over here, and then two in the last week. That looks really nice. Yes, I put that box on by itself, and of course I'm going to go back and add some pumpkins where that box is. Let me just make sure everything has a place. That works really well. Okay, so now I got to go back and figure out, how to put things on straight, and then how to include a pumpkin where all of these occur. As I was reaching this point, I love the look of this page in and of itself. I think it's beautiful. I was thinking that the green needed to come out more. I needed another place where green was going to be. So you'll see me end up adding some more of that lace washi in the spread. It was hard because it is a very bold washi. It was a washi that was going to certainly attract attention, and I wanted the pumpkins to be the main thing. So as I was bringing in some more washi accents, I had to be really careful not to overwhelm the page, because I had considered maybe putting the lace washi on the two edges of the page, like have it in the middle and then on the edges, and that I've done that before and it looks really nice, but I thought it was going to be too much in this case. So I end up just cutting little strips, and I'm going to pull up the boxes. Yes, I should have planned this before. And we're going to layer a box over the strip, almost like it's a little, like a doily moment. Like the box is laying on a little beautiful autumn doily, and I think it comes out pretty well. Like it brings the green, draws it out without being way, way, way too much. So the green in the middle is still by far the biggest amount and really makes the most impact. And then you have the pumpkins, and then you have the little bits of green throughout. Otherwise, this one comes together. This was beautiful. This is a beautiful spread. I used alphas to add November at the top. It's a lovely spread. And Becky, I hope it makes you happy to decorate in the coming month. Last up today is a spread for Cheryl, and she wanted a gratitude themed spread that was non-traditional colors. And so I'm kind of going with a non-traditional gratitude theme. I pulled from Live Love Posh and I pulled from Pip Sticks, and I'm combining beautiful fall things that I think that Cheryl's probably grateful for. So we're talking crafting supplies and music and beautiful colors and fall moments. It's not necessarily, it doesn't scream gratitude, but I do think it is a unique color scheme. And I think when you take a moment to think of the things you are grateful for, a lot of these things may end up on her spread. And really, a gratitude themed spread is made possible when you're actually listing the things you're grateful for. So I do want to give plenty of room for Cheryl to add that onto the spread. So, like I said with the first spread, you have the opportunity to either do one huge focal point moment in your planner spread or create lots of different clusters. In this case, I am really working with the different clusters, and I'm making sure that each cluster includes certain elements. It's going to have elements from the Live Love Posh sticker book that I am using. Then it's going to have layered washi. So we have the ampersands layered with the blue. And then it's going to have some of these blue craft supplies from Pip Sticks, just because I think they are lovely. And I thought they were such a nice complement with the plum and the golden color that was included in the Live Love Posh set. I think it's just interesting and fun for the fall. As I start to get those clusters together, I do need to have functional box moments. So we're going to add some large pieces. This is from dashboards, from Black Box Dashboard set from Mojo Jojo Plans. And then I'm going to add a few others as I start to put down black boxes. I chose black because I thought it would be a lovely contrast, and it pops so nicely. I am going to end up layering some washi tape. So either the washi tape is going to go under the box, or washi tape is going to go inside the box, which I think is a lovely touch, especially if you're working with bigger boxes. So being able to add that in makes the box feel much more unique. All right, let's add some functional boxes throughout the spread, just moving things around. Again, I'm going to come back and layer pieces in with these because you don't want an orphan box. So we're going to find different ways to incorporate the boxes. It's really easy when you're working in the venti size to find spots for these boxes. It's just super easy to find places to fill in, which I love. So we're going to add those in, and then we're going to come back again with the washi tape. The only boxes I couldn't add the washi tape to were the ones all the way to the left because they're a little skinnier. If I'd added washi tape, you would not have been able to add anything, like you wouldn't have been able to write in those. So we're just going to add it to the larger boxes. There's still room to write in them. And then we're going to work on our little layering moments. So every box needs a piece from the Live Love Posh set. Every box needs some Pip Sticks. And then I actually am going to come back in with a second set of stickers from Pip Sticks that have fall leaves and some beautiful words like bright and cozy and just lovely things that can make you think of gratitude. And we're going to include those on the spread as well. Mixing in that sky blue is definitely a different look for the fall, but I think it came together very, very nicely. We're also going to be able to add one more quote, the same gratitude quote that we had in the first spread. Once I do that, then Cheryl's gratitude spread will be done. Let me know which of the 3 spreads spoke to you the most today. They're all autumn themed, but still very different. We had Rachel's beautiful fall theme at the beginning with all the sweaters. Then we had Becky's pumpkin monthly, and then this gratitude spread for Cheryl. Which one did you like the best? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link all of the supplies that I use down in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. Otherwise, I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.